guys, video number 2. This is my new camera, so I hope this is turning out okay. Hope you can hear it okay and see everything alright. So bear with me, new camera. I'll be taking with me on the trail to video some of the trails and towns and people I meet and just whatever random stuff I walk into. This video is going to be about the gear I'm taking. So it'll be interesting to find out what I end up with when the trail's done, and what I started with, you know, what I add, what I take away. But this is what I'm taking with me right now. This is pretty much everything you see right here. I'll start with the pack system. It's a Z-pack. It's made of Cuban fiber. Very lightweight material, durable, very minimal pack, minimalistic. It only has one basic pocket. It has these two side pockets here where I stick my water bottles. The one pocket here has an opening at the top. You can also open it like a suitcase on the side here. It has tie downs for whatever you might want to carry on the outside. I don't carry very much on the outside. I just tend to put everything inside. It keeps it from getting lost, keeps it drier. The only thing I really carry outside is I'm going to be carrying my camera pouch, my water bottles, and my ground cloth or my tarp, and that's really about everything that'll go outside for the most part. This pack has you know, an internal frame, which is standard, but it has a design here that I really like. You can pull these cables down here, and actually bends. I don't know if you can see it, but it will actually curve the pack away from you. So when it's hot and muggy and you're sweating, you can get that pack off your back. So keeps the odor down, keeps the sweat off your pack. Also, another feature I like about this pack is this top here. Basically velcros together and it clips, and you can roll it down. So if you're not carrying as much food or you're not carrying winter clothing, you can make that pack smaller, which is a nice feature, especially when you're trying to climb through rocks or tight spaces. You know, you just don't want a bunch of shit hanging off, getting caught. These are my trekking poles. This one I have mounted the case for the camera, so I can do that goofy selfie thing, you know, if you want to look at my mug, you know, when I'm talking to you. These are really nice ones. They're on loan from my brother. I bought a cheap Chinese pair. They work fine, but these are much nicer, lightweight. Those are going to work out nice. Those also act as my tent poles. I have a lightweight tent. I don't carry poles with it. I use these as the tent poles. Here's my water system. It's basically two 1 liter life water bottles with a Sawyer filter. You just go find your water source, whether it's a stream or just you know, just water coming out of the ground, and you fill the bottle up, and then you just drink through the filter. Really simple. You know, you can't screw it up, kind of thing. I also have a backup iodine tablets just in case that breaks or gets lost or whatever. So here we go. This is basically everything. Be carrying a ball cap for obvious reasons. Ticks are a problem up there. Also, keep the sun out of your eyes. Keep a little bit of sweat off of your eyes. This is my clothing, which basically contains about one pair of extra socks, contains some gloves for winter, contains an extra pair of underwear, It contains my base layers, leggings and base layer top, and that's about it. I'm going to be taking a one quick dry shirt. I'll have, it's not here, but I have a fleece middle layer that'll go in between the down jacket. I got an 800 fill, I think it's a North Face jacket, down, goose down, very lightweight, collapses down real nice, and it'll even keep you warm if it gets wet. So that's basically my clothing. I do have a pair of hiking pants, and I have a buff as well that I haven't got yet. That's in the mail. That's pretty much it for the clothing. Should keep me warm, you know, just using a layering system. I haven't done 30-degree camping in a long time, but with the new synthetic fibers and the down stuff, it's, you know, it's really easy to stay warm as long as you stay dry. I have a rain suit. I will definitely be taking that for the winter months, and I may send those home. You know, when it gets warmer, you know, you're going to get wet out there, but when you're wet and it's cold, then it's a dangerous situation. So these will definitely be in my pack until I get out of the cold weather. Here I have a pillow. It helps me sleep quite a bit. I would not go backpacking or hiking without that. I'm a side sleeper, and I gotta have my head off the ground, and that definitely helps with my sleep. This is my tent. It is a Lightheart tent, made by Lightheart. It's under 2 pounds. Very, very lightweight. Durable. I've heard guys using this for 2 or 3 seasons with no problem before they have to be replaced. You just, like anything, you got to take care of it, keep it dry, and don't beat the hell out of it. But easily sets up. Just uses the 2 trekking poles, and then I stake out 4 corners. I actually have to carry about 10 stakes, but to get the thing fully expanded out, but you can stake it down with 4 stakes. Over here I have some personal items I'll be taking, which is just minimal. I have toilet paper, some wet wipes. I hope you can see it through this bag. Compact toothbrush, a razor. Even though I have a beard, I'm growing a beard, you know, just to get that off the bottom of your chin. Also zinc for any kind of rashes, or actually it's for, you know, I'm going to use it if I get any chafing, which is really not fun when you're hiking long distance. You have chafing going on. Soap, hemp soap, and I have some lip balm, and that's really about it. I don't know if I mentioned the camp towel. You know, if things get wet inside the tent, you can dry off, or if you just want to wash your face and dry off. Nice, lightweight, doesn't take a lot of room. Just kind of a comfort to have. Not really a necessity, but a little bit of comfort from home. Here I have my food system, which contains obviously my utensil, and this is my stove. It's a jet boil, which a lot of guys carry alcohol stoves, which are much lighter. They're, you know, you can make them out of a soda can. These run about $100-something, but I like it because it's all together. It kind of packs up. I don't have to carry a separate pot. The pot is integrated here. Has a lid. When you're boiling water, it helps keep the water hot longer, and then also it makes it boil quicker when it's covered. That's just a little stand in case the ground's really uneven where you're trying to set up your stove, the burner, and then a can of fuel. So it all fits in this in your container. This is where you put your food or your water. The burner goes on here. The can goes on there. Pretty simple. I'm only taking one can of fuel. That one's about empty. I'm going to be taking this full one here. And then you can get several weeks worth out of a can. And you can get these cans just about anywhere on the trail. They're very easy to find on the resupply places. So that's the stove. Basically what I do is I cook. I only boil water. I don't put food in here simply because it's a lot less to clean up. You know, you're not always going to have a lot of water sources available. So using extra water to have to clean food, I'm figuring it's easier to boil the water. And what I do is I put the food in these baggies, whether it's a freezer bag or a smaller one, and you put your food, whether it's mashed potatoes or rice or noodles or whatever you're wanting to cook, and you pour all the boiling water into these bags. And then I have this little dollar store gem I found here. It's basically just a cheap insulated lunch bag. And I put the boiling water and the food inside the bag. It keeps it warmer longer, and it actually helps cook it longer. And then I can actually manipulate the food, like when you're trying to mix up mashed potatoes, you gotta knead it, and that way you don't burn your hands because it's very, very hot. Obviously, boiling water, you feel it through that bag. And then, if I'm not ready to eat at that moment, I can carry the food with me until I'm ready to stop and eat. Because basically, we don't really want to cook in camp. What I do a lot of times is I cook in the afternoon or later, somewhere on the trail, and before I get to my where I'm camping for the night, and I've already had my food cooked. So when I get to camp, I can either go ahead and eat, or I can set up camp, and then I have a prepared meal. And that way I'm not preparing food where I'm sleeping. It keeps the bears from getting curious and the rodents from getting curious. This is my food bag. This is one of two that I carry. This has about 3 days worth. I'm going to do another video on the food later, but basically you're carrying about 2 pounds a day for food, and I will be carrying about 5 days worth of food pretty much all the time. You can get away with carrying 3 days. I'm just not going to get into town that often. I want to stay on the trail for at least 5 days, so that's why I carry that much food. I have a shaker. I like the instant milk. I use it for cold cereal or just to drink. A lot of times when I'm cooking the Norris noodle packs, they require a little bit of milk or butter, and I can easily mix my milk up in there. It also provides me another water container if I need it. Okay, my sleep system is, I have a ground pad, sleeping pad, and my sleeping bag. This is an insulated, it's a Big Agnes Q-Core. It's insulated, and it's a large and wide one. It's very light, but you do have to air it up. I had a self-inflating bag, a pad, and it was only about that thick, and it just wasn't comfortable for me. I couldn't get a good night's sleep because I'm a side sleeper, and it just wasn't enough padding. This is actually about 3 inches thick when you air it up. I'm thinking about bringing a small pump, a hand pump, so I just don't have to blow this up every night. This is my North Face. It's a 20-degree bag. I also have a liner in here that'll give me about an extra 10. So you figure a 20-degree bag with a liner, you're probably going to be comfortable down to about 30 degrees. So hopefully I won't be getting too many nights below 30. But with the insulated pad, my ground tarp, you know, I can throw an extra my clothes on if I need to stay warm. I think I'll be alright with this bag. I'm not taking this bag here, this stuff sack. I'm actually going to be taking this bag, the sleeping bag, in a compression sack, which will actually half this size. It'll take this down so it's not so bulky. I have more room in my pack. I just haven't got it in the mail yet. Trail guide. This is worth its weight in gold, if you ask me. A lot of people don't take the whole thing. They'll just tear out sections. You know, I don't know. It's 10 ounces. Whatever. I'm not that worried about the weight. I'm just going to take it because it's all together. I can look ahead if I want to. I can take notes on it. It's going to be kind of like a journal. I'll write notes in it. But basically it gives you just about everything you need to know. It gives you water sources. It gives you your trail mileage, your elevation, where your shelters are. Just about really anything you need to know. I'll have phone numbers in here for hostels and for shuttles. All kinds of good stuff like that. Here I have my headlamp. It has a mode for night, so if you're coming to camp late and you know people are asleep, try not to disturb them. You can go to red, protect your night vision. And it also has a couple white modes. My electronics be very simple. I'm carrying the camera that I'm shooting this video on. I have like a Walkman type MP3 player. It's a SanDisk. I got like a 32 gig card in there. You know, audiobooks, and I got music on there. I've got some extra battery packs. I'll charge these up when I get into town, and if I need extra battery power for whatever, my phone, then I'll have it. Also have 2 cables, and I picked up this little baby right here. I like it because it has the outlet, and it has the 12 volt for your car, and it has 2 USB ports. So that's it for electronics. I'll have my phone, and that's it. Here I have just some emergency gear, just various stuff. I have patch for my air pad, my sleeping pad, athletic tape. It's really good for blisters, or you know, if you got a cut or whatever. It's kind of a universal first aid. Scissors, trim nose hairs, beards, cut stuff, whatever. Extra lighter, just in case the other one gets lost or stops working. Nail clippers, pretty obvious what that's for. Tylenol, whatever. This is about 20 feet of masking tape, duct tape on a clothespin, and that's for whatever. You know, you rip your tent and you start losing your sole of your boot. Good stuff. A little bit of paracord for whatever. Basically hanging a bear bag, whatever else you need it for. In here I have my iodine tablets. I have an extra liter bag for the Sawyer. If I'm in camp and I want a little extra water, or if I lose a water bottle, I have a spare here. This is just to clean the filter out. Sometimes it gets junked up and you got to back flush it. That's kit in there, I think. Piece of leather for tying, whatever. And compass and a tent repair kit in here. I know, compass not going to do me a lot of good without actual maps, but I don't know, I was in Scouts forever, and I'm just, as a habit, always have a compass. And if I need to, at least know what direction I'm going. So if I get lost for whatever reason, at least I can say, okay, I'm going north or south or whatever. I think that's it. I think I covered everything. You guys got any questions? Let me know. Be glad to answer. If you got any suggestions, if you feel I'm forgetting something or I should throw something in the garbage, let me know too. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.